He sleeps with a different woman every day. He can easily earn tens of thousands of dollars a month. This is a new profession called sleeping companion, also known as sleeper. They specialize in helping female clients with sleep disorders to fall asleep quickly, but they never cross the line. Whenever a client has a bad idea, the sleeper will take the initiative to keep a distance. Jack is an excellent employee of the escort company. He hasn't received a single bad review in 2 years. He never plays with his cell phone during working hours. He creates different sleeping environments according to the client's situation. For example, warm-colored candles and gentle massage techniques can help insomniacs fall asleep quickly. But that day, Jack met a special customer. Her appearance changed Jack's life. Her name was Annie. She ordered a 4-hour sleep service from the internet. After entering the client's home, Jack presented his medical report. He brought his own towels and toiletries for the shower. Annie was already in bed waiting. She seemed a little nervous about calling a sleeper for the first time, but she soon relaxed under Jack's touch. Annie said she had just broken up with her ex-boyfriend, and he was in a state of grief and couldn't sleep. The company stipulates that the sleeper must wear disposable gloves, no direct skin-to-skin contact with clients. Jack told stories and gave Annie a massage to relax her body. However, Annie got the wrong idea. She wanted to get closer to Jack, but she pushed him away. Jack put a pillow between them for professional reasons, but it was this gesture that infuriated Annie. He said that he was a sleeper, and that he didn't want to pretend to be cool. Annie felt that she had been humiliated. She asked Jack for a refund, but an hour had passed. Jack could only refund her for 3 hours, and a pair of disposable gloves and toiletries. Annie didn't really want her money back. She just wanted to complain and thought Jack would say yes and continue to finish the service, but she didn't expect Jack to give her a refund. So Annie had to cancel her refund and let Jack finish the rest of the 3 hours. This time Jack put a blindfold on her. Lying on the bed, he took Annie's hand in his. Annie let Jack hold her from behind, and then she took off her gloves. She felt like a gynecologist with the gloves on. Jack had to make an exception for Annie. Once the 4-hour session was over, Jack would leave the client's home. But on this day, Jack fell asleep. It was the first time he'd ever spent the night in a client's home. But Annie didn't mind, because last night was the best night's sleep she had since her breakup. Before she left, Annie asked for Jack's card. Just after arriving at the office, Jack heard that his colleague's boss deducted half a month's salary. The reason was that he got his client pregnant, and Jack received a favorable review from Annie. The boss praised him. From that night on, Annie has been ordering Jack to put him to sleep every now and then. When she thought of that scumbag ex-boyfriend, Annie would cry and lose sleep. Jack became her emotional support. Over time, Jack's feelings for Annie changed. When he was with other clients, he would check his cell phone to see if Annie had placed an order. The same goes for tucking in. Jack seemed to prefer sleeping in Annie's bed. After this order, Annie prepared food and wine for Jack. In the course of their relationship, they gradually developed a mutual affection for each other. As they chatted, their mouths came together for a kiss, and then the alarm went off. Jack's service time was up, and he received an order from his next client. Jack had to go to the new client's home, but he was distracted the whole time. He felt sorry for Annie for sleeping with another woman. Jack realized he might be in love with Annie, so he gave the money back to the client, and the next day he went to the office and quit his job. He wanted to confess his love to Annie. Despite his boss's efforts to keep him there, he offered Jack a double raise in salary, but he couldn't keep this wonderful employee. Jack bought a bouquet of flowers to confess his love to Annie, but the elevator was full. Jack suddenly saw Annie's ex-boyfriend in the elevator. He was also holding a bouquet of flowers. Jack had to climb the stairs to see Annie before his ex-boyfriend did, but in the end, he was too late.